Good morning, what's going on, guys? My name is Bill, and in today's video we are going to try a $29 audio upgrade on the F150 and see what happens. Now actually the audio upgrade itself is free. I'm using Forscan, which I've never actually used. I've heard about it, seen people using it before. I've never actually used it. Somebody had watched my video about the audio installation I did, and they suggested using what's known as the kicker mod that's in Forscan, which is just saying that it's using an external, or that it's using an auxiliary subwoofer, and then gives you extra control over that, because that was my biggest complaint about the audio system that I put in, is that I didn't have any control over the subwoofer. So maybe this will unlock it. Now if you haven't seen that video, take a look up here, because I did the JBL soundstage install. It was like $6.99 at the time when I purchased it. It's now being sold everywhere for $3.99. So if you're looking for a very cheap and, well, not cheap, very inexpensive and easy to set up system for your F-150, I would take a look at that. And maybe with this mod, it'll even unlock its potential a bit more. So, well, you will need a Windows PC, which I had to dig out an old one. The battery doesn't even work, so I had to keep the truck running and keep it plugged in. And then there's a bunch of, I know there's a glare on there, so I don't know how much you be able to see, but there should be different spreadsheets for your year of truck that will give you different codes that you could change inside of these settings to unlock or lock or change settings that are actually inside of Ford's computer. You do have to connect it to your OBD2 port with this, and that's why I said it's a $29 mod, because I did have to buy this off of Amazon. It was deemed non-essential and it took forever to get here, but it finally showed up. So gonna go ahead, let me jump out again. Now I do have the amp steps connected to my OBD2 port, so I'm gonna have to disconnect that. And then let's go ahead and get this plugged in and try and see if that is connected. Okay, gotta turn it to the... see, this isn't gonna work. Power inverter doesn't work unless... So I need to get an extension cord to plug this in. 1 second. All right, now, see down here, it is connected. It is reading the vehicle information. Yes, it has a switch, and what it's asking about is that switch that's on this little adapter. So saying switch that over. Click OK. Yes, save a profile. All right, we are all set up. We are connected. We are ready. Now if we look on the spreadsheet, I'm looking for, let's see, auxiliary external subwoofer. So I can go ACM, so we need to go to, which is the audio control module. Makes sense. Okay, so we want to go to configuration and programming. Then we want to go to ACM. Okay, so you need an extended license. Alright, so I did have to actually get the extended license, which is $10 for the year for Forscan to actually be able to use these modules, the ACM module. So now it's up to what, $39 that I've spent, $29 for the cord and $10 for the extended license. All right, so if we go in turns out if we go in to just this ACM module configuration, we don't even need the spreadsheet. So we just go in here, click run. This already gives us the kicker subwoofer selection. So it's saying we're not configured. We have crew cab with six speakers. Actually, we know we have 7 speakers. There's 2 in the door, 2 in the pillar, 1 up there in the center. So that is 7 speakers. So we'll say crew cab, 7 speakers, and kicker sound. Then we want to write. Okay. It is doing its thing. Please cycle the ignition off and then back on. Okay. It did reset stereo here. Oh, and apparently I wasn't even recording. Alright, so I am truly confused, I guess, amazed, sure. Just like I said, I was under the impression that I was going to get some additional controls here with either the mid-bass treble range EQ, or with the balance and fade I would have some type of subwoofer control, is what I was under the impression this was going to give me, which it did not give me. So looking at this, I'm just like, it didn't really do anything. But then I listened, and it's quite a difference. You know, because how I was saying before, like, wasn't the right amount of bass going to the rear speakers. The rest of the speakers were all muddled out. There was no mid bass in them, but they were trying to play the bass. Now with that setting, it is not trying to send bass to the door speakers or any of the other speakers, just mid bass. So that brings the sound of them up much better. The mid bass is much better in them now, and then more of the frequencies that should be going into the subs are. Now I don't know how it managed to do all that with just a simple setting, and it's not like a factory speaker that I have installed in here or anything, so I'm just confused. Like I said, I expected maybe I would have some more control that I could mess with, and that was what the improvement would be. But no, it just completely reconfigured all the speakers, and now they sound amazing. So, I mean, they sounded pretty good before. I'm not an audiophile. I mean, I'm sure somebody like with a tuned ear would be like, oh, well, it's still missing in these frequencies. But for what I want, and especially since you can get this kit for $3.99 now, and then pay 39 bucks for the cord to unlock it, I guess would be the word to use. It's a pretty damn good deal. But I can't really play anything. I'm going to try to download something that I have rights to on my phone so I can play it out here, because anything else I play for you, it's just going to get shut down by YouTube, but or struck by somebody. So let me find something I could play. I know the sound quality is not going to be the same for you coming through the camera and through YouTube, but let me see if I can find something we can play and not get in trouble with, and give you a sound sample. Alright, so before this would come through, I mean, I don't know how well that's going to come through, but in the mids and highs, I mean, yeah, it's actually shaking the mirrors now a bit, which it didn't do before. So I could never, it just sounded like crap if I ever turned it up loud enough to where they had that much bass, and I never could turn it up that loud. But now, I mean, it sounds, so it definitely sounds much cleaner. I can get much louder with it. So I'm gonna turn these off. All right, now this is everything switched back off again. So as soon as I get to about 20, it just turns into jumbled mess, and the bass is horrible. Like, it actually seems louder without this on, but it just, it's not good loud. So yeah, it makes a difference. But yeah, like I said, it seems louder without it. That's just because everything is on and everything is just as loud, and you know, about 17 is as loud as it can go before it starts getting distorted sounding, whereas it was up to about 27 before without. And I mean, that's just that one song. I'm sure different songs would be different, but it definitely is surprising to me. You know, I was expecting some different controls or something, but no different controls. But it does separate the sound quite a bit and make it sound much, much cleaner and better. So yes, I'm going to switch that back on. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead, hit that thumbs down button. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.